Hello and welcome to another edition of Stock Watch. So we're not looking at stocks today in particular, we're looking at gold and oil after it's been very unpredictable, let's say, in the last 24 hours as we've seen such a spike and decline in oil and gold. So oil dropped yesterday over 17% and it is back up over 3% today so far. And this is due to the fact that there was concerns over the supply of oil after a lot of countries basically moving away from Russian oil in the near time. But in doing so, we're having to look at other methods of getting this oil, this black commodities or black gold, whatever you want to call it. And the UAE have said that the OPEC Plus members are looking to they've told them to raise output levels extremely as soon as possible to cater for this big surge in price in oil after not only WTI oil peaked over record highs, not record highs, but fresh highs, but also Brent oil actually touched $140 a barrel at one point. Very big numbers there. But analysts have already played down this by saying it's going to be challenging for OPEC Plus members to boost production in this environment. So that's where we're getting this choppy, topsy-turvy mood in the market at the moment. So we'll look at the chart shortly, but oil prices have jumped more than 30% since the beginning of February due to this surge and obviously the Ukraine and Russia crisis that's going on. So we'll just see what is going to happen for oil and what the opportunities are as we go into another round of talks to see if there will be a ceasefire, and then there will be a lot more optimism about the future of Ukraine and this crisis with Russia. So US oil, first of all, just looking today, as you can see here on the daily chart, we saw this big accentuation and then this 17% drop, over 17% intraday. But now we're seeing prices pick up due to this other news that's coming out where OPEC members it will be very difficult to boost supply. So as I said before, the market is very fundamentally driven before, EIA data, API data. This is taking a back seat at the moment because all the attention is on the Russia-Ukraine crisis in the near term. So just let's see what the opportunities are. So for US oil, first of all, as you can see here, very oversold on the RSI as well. So just looking at the moment, if there will be a slight decline in that. Sorry about that, just getting my graphics a little bit mixed up there. So seeing if there's going to be a bit of a decline in that, and if prices will start coming lower again. We're getting more and more news, day by day on this story. So this is why we had such a sharp ascension, and now we're seeing this descension as well. So if we take a look on the 4-hour chart, just for US oil, as you can see here, the only difference now is we are actually touching the Ichimoku cloud indicator that I usually use. We're bouncing off the top border, which is an indication of another upside move. And due to the recent news that we've had with the UAE supply chain, we're looking to see another leg to the upside. And it won't surprise me if we cover this gap here and move back to these fresh highs, roughly about $125, $130 area. But if we take a look on Brent oil, just on the 4-hour chart intraday, we are looking now that prices will start bouncing again, very similar to WTI oil, crude oil there. And we're looking now at another leg to the upside and possibly to cover this gap and move back up to the $130 area at least. As you can see here, this big spike a few sessions ago, almost hitting the $140 a barrel mark, which is unprecedented and not thought of any time, at the beginning of the year. So now we're seeing oil prices really dramatically move. And I can't leave the video without just touching on gold as well. I'll leave it on the 4-hour chart just to get a sense of the intraday values. But, we are hovering around the $2,000 area now. And that's a very psychological zone, because if it does break that, we are looking at, again, similar to oil, another leg to the upside to hit these fresh tops roughly at the 2050 region. So based on these indicators you're using, depending on what ones you're using in the near term, we are looking to see if there's any divergences. Not too much. It's going the way of the market at the moment. So we'll see if there's any more move for upside. But bias at the moment is looking like it's going to turn around. Obviously, gold is following oil in these unprecedented times. And we'll see what the opportunities are in the next few days as we end the trading week and then obviously get into the weekend to see if there's any more big news events coming out. So just, as I said, it's very fundamentally driven at the moment. So keep your eyes out for the latest headlines, and that would be good to give you a direction of the market for gold and oil especially. So that's all from today's video. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll speak again tomorrow. Bye for now.